What's going on, people? It's Ricardo Francis, aka Ricardo Lifting here. Today is leg day, your favorite day of the week, also my favorite day of the week. The session is nice and simple. Doesn't matter what level of experience you have. If you're a beginner, the movements are going to be hard enough, and if you're not a beginner, this will be tough. So this workout is really going to be focusing on time under tension, but in a very, very literal sense. Really controlled movements. It's all about engaging that muscle, and it's going to be contracted the whole time, so it's going to fatigue the muscles really well. This workout is also going to help improve flexibility and mobility, just because of the nature of the movements and where you are holding that tension as well. So that's kind of key to the workout. You don't need any weights. If you are going to use weights, this is just quite lightweight. So me personally, I've done this workout about 3 times now. I think only on the 3rd time did I use weights, and even then there was just like a 2-liter water bottle in each hand. So trust me, you don't need crazy heavy weight. Anyway, before we continue, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with all your friends. Without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so we kick it off with a great warm-up, world's 2nd greatest stretch. I didn't name the stretch, but this is a good one for engaging the core, opening up the hips and stretching out those hamstrings, as well as getting that rotation in the spine. So we move on to the first exercise, which is Cossack squats. This one's really great for opening up the hips and getting a stretch within the inner thigh and a little bit of the hamstring. So as much as this is an exercise, it's also a stretch, so we're really utilizing the fact. So we're holding that stretch position, which is the bottom position, for 5 seconds. You really get as deep into that stretch as you can before coming up. So as I said, we're using time under tension, but the tensional load is in the stretch phase. That's where you're going to get maximum tension on the muscles. So the great thing about this workout is that you're doing single side at a time. So that way, when you finish on one side, you can always go to the other side without having to really take much rest. That way you keep the intensity high, keep the tension high on the muscles. Next, we move on to Bulgarian split squats. So again, we're using the same principle where we're holding it in the stretch position, which is the most bottom position, for 5 seconds before coming up. So you really want to get as deep into that stretch as possible so you get maximum tension on the muscle. So this one's really going to make you work the quad, and you're going to feel that stretch in the front hip. So next we move on to single leg Romanian deadlift. Now it's a little bit different without weight. Trust me, you're going to be tested with your balance.
a lot. It's about keeping your hips square and your core tight. Again, holding that bottommost position for 5 seconds. So that's kind of the key. Where you're getting up the big stretch at the bottom, you're going to hold for 5 seconds. Again, time under tension. So it's really going to hit the hamstrings and the glutes. And lastly, we move on to single leg calf raise. So again, same principle. We're making sure we are getting full stretch, holding it for 5 seconds at the bottom before contracting and coming up. So this isn't so much about the contraction, it's more about the stretch than anything. As you stretch, try and point your toes up so you're really activating the shins and getting full stretch within the calf.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, a nice simple workout, but it's really effective. So this is all about time under tension. So pause in that stretch phase, which is your maximum tension, so time under tension, for at least 5 seconds, and then repping it up. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, as I said, you can add some weight, but I wouldn't advise a lot of weight. Or you can even slow down the concentric phase, so the phase where you get into that contraction rather than just the tension. So we're still increasing that tensional load on our muscles, really fatigue it. Yes, I'll put the workout in the description below. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and share this with all your friends. Anyway, that's me. I'm out. Peace.